multiplying 3 and 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. In this nugget, the learning objective is to multiply 3 and 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. Let's get started with this calculation here, 3,224 times 3. We'll use a written method to solve it and we'll set it out like this. And in this nugget we'll also be using place value counters to help us to understand each step of the method. So in 3,224 we've got 3 thousands, 2 hundreds, 2 tens and 4 ones. We're multiplying by 3, so let's represent this with 3 times the amount of counters. 4 times 3, that's 12. We've got 12 ones, but 12 ones is made up of 1 10 and 2 ones. So, back to our written calculation, we put the 2 in the ones column and we put the 10 in the tens column. So we show that on the picture that 10 is moving across to join the other tens. Now, on to 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, but remember, we've got that extra 10 which we exchanged over from the ones. So in total, that's 7 tens. Now, on to the hundreds. 2 times 3 is 6, that's 6 hundreds. And then on to the thousands. 3 times 3 is 9. There are 9 thousands in total. So 3,224 times 3 is 9,672. Now let's have a go at another calculation. This time, 6,743 times 3. We'll set it out like this. We'll start at the ones. 3 times 3, that's 9. On to the tens. 4 times 3, that's 12. We put the 2 in the tens column and we exchange the 1 over to the hundreds column. Then we've got 7 times 3, that's 21. We need to add the extra 1 that's in the hundreds place, so that's 22. We put the 2 in the hundreds place and we exchange the other 2 into the thousands column. 6 times 3 is 18. Add the extra 2 that's been exchanged over from the hundreds and that's 20. So 6,743 times 3 is 20,229. Now let's look at a word problem. A supermarket raised some money for charity. They split the money equally between 4 charities and each charity received £3,642. How much money did they raise altogether? We need to find 4 parts in total because we're multiplying 3,642 by 4. So we'll set it out like this. So let's start with the ones. 2 times 4 is 8. Now on to the tens. 4 times 4, that's 16. We put the 6 in the tens column and we exchange the 1 over to the hundreds column. Then we've got 6 times 4, that's 24, plus the extra 1 that we exchanged over from the tens, that's 25. So the 5 goes in the hundreds column and the 2 is exchanged over into the thousands. And then we move to the thousands column. 3 times 4 is 12. Add that extra 2 that's been exchanged from the hundreds and that's 14. So our answer is 14,568. This is the total amount of money raised altogether. Now it's your turn. Clara is filling up 6 containers which all have a capacity of 634 millilitres. If she fills each container, how much water will they hold altogether? Pause the video and have a go. Now let's check the answer. So you should have done 634 times 6 and set it out like this. You should have started at the ones. 4 times 6 is 24. The 4 should have gone in the ones column and the 2 should have been exchanged over into the tens. Next, 3 times 6, that's 18. Add the extra 2 that's been exchanged over, that's 20. The 0 goes in the tens column, the 2 goes in the hundreds column. And then onto the hundreds. 6 times 6, that's 36. add the extra 2 that's been exchanged over, and that's 38. So very well done if you got the answer 3,804 millilitres. This is how much water all 6 containers could hold all together. So remember, when you're multiplying using the written method, set out your calculation in columns, start multiplying at the ones. If the answer is more than 9, you'll need to exchange. And if you have exchanged, don't forget to add the digit in the next column.